Let's now explore this tricky looking 3D geo problem, which is number 21 on the 2022 AMC 10A. A bowl is formed by attaching 4 regular hexagons of side 1 to a square of side 1. So 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1. That's probably a lot of ones, so it's confusing, but just know that the square has side lengths 1 and the hexagon also has side lengths 1. The edges of adjacent hexagons coincide, as you can see right there. They coincide at this line. And basically, there's an octagon that forms by joining all 8 of these vertices. So these two, as you can see in the diagram. What is the area of this octagon? Seems tricky, right? Well, the key thing to notice here is that, well, hexagons, it's a regular hexagon, so it must have an angle of 120. And there's a very cool property of equiangular hexagons. Basically, if the angles are both 120 degrees, we can extend their sides, and when we extend their sides, it'll form an equilateral triangle. Now you might be wondering, how is this an equilateral triangle? It looks nothing like an equilateral triangle at all. Well, the answer is this is not the flat plane. It's tilted. So just to make it more clear, let's say we draw this diagram in 2D. It would look something like this. And then we would have this extended part like that. And now it looks a lot more equilateral, doesn't it? But the key thing here is because we're looking at it at an angle in 3D, it won't look like an equilateral triangle. But we know by the same properties that makes that an equilateral triangle, this will also be an equilateral triangle. Similarly, we get that this, for the next hexagon, will be an equilateral triangle as well. And what do we know about equilateral triangles? All sides are equal. So the side length of the hexagon is 1, so the side length of the equilateral triangle is also 1. Okay, what's next? The key thing here is to now notice that this angle right here will be 90 degrees. So the reason it will be 90 degrees is because we're essentially taking this corner out. We're essentially saying that, oh, we're adding this tetrahedron on top of here, this right tetrahedron. So if we do add that right tetrahedron, it can't be something else like 120 degrees or anything like that. It has to be a right angle. And because these two sides are congruent, therefore, we must have that because this angle is 90, this is a 45, 45, 90 triangle by isosceles triangle properties. Both angles here are 45. So by 45, 45, 90, this side is root 2. Oh, but notice, because the hexagons have sides 1 as well, we can let all these be 1. Or all of the sides that are sides of the hexagons as well will be 1. So all of these sides over here. This will be 1. This will be 1. And this one will be 1. And these sides will all be root 2. Because they're all derived in the same way we found this one here. Right? So now the thing is, how do we find the area of this entire octagon? So the key thing here is that we can extend this just like we did earlier, and we'll get that even though it looks nothing like a right triangle, this is right, and this is 1 and 1. So we can see that this will be a square of side length 3. If we draw all 4 of these triangles, they'll all be 90 degrees over there. And again, it looks like not a square because it's tilted in 3D. But it is a square, and it has side length 3. The area of a square is 3 squared, so 9. And now we have to subtract off 4 of these triangular areas. Each of those triangles has area half base height, which is both 1. So 4 of those will give 2. So the sum of all 4 areas of those 4 triangles is 2. So the area of just the octagon is 7. And that's our answer. Let's recap. So first we notice the equiangular trick. We draw the equilateral triangles. And then we see that this angle must be 90 because of of where it's located in space, and then we're kind of taking a corner out of it. And if we extend it, we know that this must be 90 here. And then finally, because of this big square, we extend out all 4 of them. We find the area of this big square, and then after that, we subtract the areas of the 4 smaller triangles to get an answer. Let's now explore this cool combo problem, which was number 22. We'll explore it in this video.